Just another day going to the workshop. What the heck? Where'd my workshop go, Isis? You don't know? What about you, Lucy? Huh. Welcome to the Country Scroller. In today's video we're going to be showing you the brand new DCSSW that we built, and we'll take a tour and how it was built of the entire workshop here. I wouldn't call it a dream workshop because of course I'd have jointer, planer, tons of rough cut lumber, you know, all kinds of stuff. But for a scroll saw workshop this is pretty darn close, and proud to say that I am in a very nice workshop that I built by myself, and I'm just thankful that I have the opportunity to have this workshop, and the new layout of it and everything's really awesome. So I'm thankful to share it with you guys, and it's pretty cool. So let's start with taking a tour of the new workshop, and then I'll show you how it was built. So without further ado, let's start. I guess a better place to start would be the door here. And as you saw from, well, you haven't seen it yet, but how it was built, I have a little latch here that you can use to close it. That way it doesn't swing open. It is on 3 hinges, so it supports it because I framed it in real nice, and it's a pretty heavy door. Have a little sign for Dylan, a little painting thing of a deer, and just a miscellaneous thing that I used. On the corner there I've had some cracks, so I just sprayed some foam spray in it, nothing fancy looking. I have my table saw there. Again, I'm still working out a lot of stuff to put stuff away, but I have a couple things under there that I used to put pieces on to paint them and all that, but still a lot of stuff that I'm working on putting away. There's Dylan, our DCSSW sign. There's my little stool there that I used to sit on for the scroll saw. Here is the scroll saw, the DeWalt 788. I have power source up here, and 2 of the plugs. One goes to this fixture here, and then the other one is right up here. And that provides a lot of light. We got the fixtures about 15 bucks a piece at Lowe's, and we already had the bulbs, so it worked out. So I have work lights for the scroll saw over there, and then at the drill press, just extra work lights for mostly the camera shots because we need all the lighting we can, so you guys get a nice clear picture. We have other stuff just hung up that I made and all that. Here's the major assembly table and finishing that you see in the other videos. Under there I have the pull-out tray for spray adhesive. And it came off of just a regular old drawer, so that's really convenient. Under there I have some wood storage, and then I have pattern supplies and stuff under there. This is the wood that I got from Oak Hooch, a lot of the nicer wood. So I keep it there out of the way from all the other wood, that way it stays nice. Here's the other stuff, like I said, the pattern supplies like the tapes and all that. Here's some sanding stuff for the belt sander, which is over here, and that's not the location it'll always be in, but just for now to get it out of the way. Then up here I have the paints, clear coats, spray adhesive, and other glues up there that I'll use. Here's a little picture of Isis there, as you saw from the beginning. I believe it's episode 24. I used that same picture to create a portrait of her. I just have some Dremel stuff that I have. Over here is my clamp supply. I don't have much, but I do have to hang up some more stuff. And then over here I have the stereo that I plug my iPod into, and we can jam out in the workshop. Here's the drill press I use, and I made that table on it so it's nice and bigger for larger pieces that I use. Here's the workbench, and if you saw from the well, you will see from the build, I put a cleat on the wall before I painted, but I had to lower it after I painted, so that's why it's you can see the drywall there. So it's nothing fancy, but again, this is just a workshop. Under there I have that's the recycling for like cans and bottles and stuff. Here's the actual workshop trash that at the scroll saw. I have, you know, pieces flying out from a piece of work, so I just throw them in there. I have the shop vac, some extra stuff like the miter saw, circular saw, some of my larger sheet goods like the birch ply and all that other stuff. And then the white cabinet I have other miscellaneous stuff that just storage. So that there is the chalkboard that I had in the other shop. I just write down the episodes, like this one is the new DCSSW. And then 60 through 70 I'm going to be doing some kitchen items. My mom wants some kitchen stuff done, so I told her I'd make them, so what better to do than make it into a video. Then up there I have just some other stuff that I just stored away. And then here's the little rigged up contraption for the camera for me and Dylan's shot right here. So still working out some stuff, so I figured I'd just show this video now, and in the future I'll have a more idea of what I'm doing with it all. So I'll walk over here by the door and give you a bigger shot of it all. And one thing I really like is it's considerably bigger. It's 10 feet by 16 feet, and the old shop was 10 feet by 10 feet, so I have all this open area here for Dylan to move around, me, and we're not stepping over each other. And also to drag the table saw out, we have plenty of room to do all that stuff. So that's what the new tour of the workshop is. So that was the tour of the new workshop. Now I'm documented the whole build of this just with some pictures and videos. And I did a little voiceover of it. So here is the video of the entire thing being built from nothing to this. So I hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you here in a second. This is the DCSSW build. Stay tuned. There's Dylan with the supplies that we have. We have a lot of drywall and 2x4s to get started. We had to add in a new stud to line everything up, so that's that. And that's another shot of it with the new stud in there. To fasten it to the floor, we used some liquid nail. Now I used a chalk line to keep everything nice and straight, so it'd be a nice job. After the liquid nail's down, we used some bricks to weigh it down. To help hold that up, I used a clamp while I screwed up the top thing. Then here's a little video of day one completed, and just shows all the liquid nails all down with the weights on top of it. And then we have up top to where the wall's going to be fastened to. Day two we started framing, so I have everything in place. I used a little spacer there to keep everything in line, that way it's all even. And there's a 1 8-foot wall completed. And then I started fastening it onto the floor. But then the liquid nail wouldn't hold, so I had to use these concrete screws and use my ratchet to get them in there. And that's the end of day two with all the frame in place. I had to run and get some more plywood, that way I could do the outside as well. So here's the end of day two with it all framed in. And then the next scene will be of it putting the plywood and drywall on the inside. So this is just showing you the progress I have so far of it. everything's all framed in, looking good. And again, the floor, I had to use the concrete screws to fasten it in there because it wouldn't stay in place. It drawed it off the ground. The liquid nail didn't hold it enough, but no big deal, just a little minor thing I had to do there. So that is the it all framed in there. That's just the final picture of it all being framed in. And then I put the drywall on the inside so I could plywood the outside. And there's the final outside of it with it all plywood. And this is just a short little video of what it looks like on the outside of it with the plywood, and on the inside with just the stud showing. The next step will be putting the drywall on. So that's what it looks like on the outside there, or inside. So just a final look at the inside of it. And there's the door off to the right there. I made it 4 foot wide. That would be plenty of room for Dylan to get in and move around, and plus other supplies I may put in the shop, like the table saw, different wood supplies and all that. So that's a nice big door for that. Then up top we have plenty of storage space that we can use to put other miscellaneous stuff up there that won't be used much. Here's the completed with all the drywall on the inside. The next step will be to use a spackle or whatever to fill in the seams and all that. I'm not going to use anything fancy, by the way, just spackle, nothing like the tape or drywall mud or anything like that. I mean, it's just a workshop, not a house or anything like that, so don't really need anything to more cost to the project. And the spackle I'll be using is just a regular, it's by DAR, it's a dry deck spackling. And here is it with all the spackle on the wall. So wait for all of it to dry. I'll sand it off and we'll get ready to paint. There's Dylan. The paint I'll be using is just actually a barn paint. It's cheaper than anything else, and I don't need anything fancy for this workshop. Here's everything finished, painted. I installed a door. I put the nice trim around it, like the garage door stuff, just to seal the hole. I made this little thing to keep the door closed. Just a little idea of it, and then you close it back and you can latch it, and that way it doesn't swing open. And wouldn't advise anybody to just yank at the door because that might snap it off. So I've warned everybody to knock before they enter, so that's that there. So this is the final look at the finished workshop. I put a cleat on the wall before I painted, that way I know where the studs are, so I can have the workbench there. So that is the final look. That concludes our video of the new DCSSW and the build, the tour, and just showing it off. This next episode will be of a cool looking bowl, and it's from well, the idea is from a Carol Rothman book of nice scroll saw bowls, and so I hope you'll enjoy that. So I'm Dustin.
Yeah, I'm Dylan.
We'll see you next time on the Country Scroller. Thanks again for watching.